Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Alex with the Linux Tube.
What up, everybody?
Shaun.
Hey, this is Shaun.
Yeah, he's come back and he's going to be part of the channel on a regular basis. So we're all just happy to have him here. We're going to have his kids on every once and again. Today we're going to take a look at Devuan, which is a GNU Linux derivative based off of Debian 11. It is free of system.d. Let's just go to the webpage and see what we can pull up here.
Some of you must know what that is, right?
Yeah, a lot of people know what that is.
I just heard a little bunch of gibberish. So we're looking at your computer this time.
All right. Well, you can go to www.devuan.org, and it says, welcome to Devuan. Devuan is a GNU Linux, is a fork of Debian without systemd that allows users to reclaim control over the system by avoiding unnecessary entanglements and ensuring init freedom. The latest release that I have loaded on my virtual box is Chimera 4.0, which is the current stable release. They have Beowulf, which is like a intermittent, like a rolling kind of sort of point release is what they call it.
Old stable status?
Yep.
That means they're not...
In other words, it was the last stable kernel is what that means, okay?
So no one's updating it?
No, they're updating it. That's what this
still...
means. This is the new stable release. This was just released. The old stable releases means if you want to roll back to that one and say you didn't like something they added in this one, you don't have to upgrade to this one.
Okay.
Or say you heard from somebody else that this is the version that you need because it has some type of hardware on your PC that isn't 100% compatible with the new release for whatever reason. You can select the Beowulf.
Okay. Gotcha.
You can download it via HTTP, secure HTTPS, FTP, or an rsync ISO mirrors. Okay, now rsync ISO is basically where you do what you did with your Pop OS, where you download an ISO and you burn it to a USB, a bootable USB drive. You'll have documentation that if you want. Now, what I will tell you is Devuan, when you install it, is the old school DOS type loader, where you go through the setups in like a command line, but it's a highlighted command line where it's got the options already set for you. You don't have to actually type it in, and you just select which ones you want from your locale to your time zone. When you go to select your partitioning, because it wants you to partition, it wants you to use gparted. And to do that, use the MS-DOS partition, okay, and it'll partition it to ext4, and then from there, it'll install a bootloader and an MBR, and so it'll make it a bootable hard drive, and it'll install your system right away, and then it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. I mean, there is for the downloads.
Just gotta pay attention a little bit more.
Yeah. For the download,
it's not just click and go.
Well, yes, and you know what we can do is we'll walk through it. It's got the i386 and the AMD 64, so it's 32-bit and 64-bit.
Yep.
And so it works on anything that you. Pretty much what you need. They have the live desktop, right, which is just like your Ubuntu, like your live Debian based, you know, where you boot into it like you did, and then you could select install from there and go from there. Or you could do a net install, which a net install is basically where it's kind of like UNet booting, which is like a little bootloader installer that connects to the net, and then you select what you want, and it downloads it from repositories or actually servers, and then it installs it that way. Then it's got the server, just like where you can install a server, and then the desktop environments. Okay, so the desktop is you can do a DVD. There's no network available. You need multiple offline installations. The image contains several desktop choices and additional software options. LXQT and KDE are only available on the DVD.
Wow, that's kind of horrible, right?
No.
For where we're at in like technology and stuff. It's like,
no, not really.
Do people even burn DVDs anymore?
Well, you're talking about for burning a DVD.
You know what I mean?
Actually, that's the thing that a lot of people
seems barbaric.
It may seem barbaric, but the fact of the matter is the reality of it is there are a lot of people out there that are on more older equipment that are downloading. The reason why they want something like this is it's light and less resource intensive. And so it
more
works
accessible as well
for older hardware, for older laptops and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, they're going to have access to a DVD burner. And you know what, man? I got some DVDs floating around here somewhere. I used to have some.
I have one too, but I haven't used it.
You know, but I mean, I still burn some ISOs to DVDs, ones that I want to keep. You know, for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for a while there, you used to be able to actually create your own desktop. You know, set it all up the way you want it. You know, customize it the way you want it, and actually burn an image of your entire operating system, and then just reload it, and you can actually distribute it like you want it to, and you can do that with rsync. So yeah, people do that.
Okay.
And then there's the minimal live, which is basically it's a minimal install, which basically is a full-featured console recovery tool, but it doesn't install a lot of programs or anything. It's just for fixing your computer. Now, the HTTP mirrors, you see, they're all right here. Well, we'll go to one, and we'll click on it and see. So, yeah, see, here's the Devuan Chimera. See, they've got all these are all archived, right? You got the torrents here. I mean, they host everything for downloading. I'll go to the Chimera, you click on it. The desktop live is what I got. And then right here's the ISO. Devuan Chimera AMD 64. That's the one I picked and I burned and I installed. It's just that easy.
That's the biggest one, the biggest file.
Yeah, 1.2 gigabytes. Yeah. That's actually pretty modest when it comes to that.
There's a lot of mirrors. There's a lot of
lots of places host it. Yeah, there's lots of places that will host it.
That really didn't know what they're doing would really need a walkthrough on this.
Well, yes and no. And you know, I'm doing a preview of it right now, and then I'm actually going to do another video of actually going through the install. So this is just step one. This is Devuan number one, the overview, and then how
just
to
picking
install.
everything you want is like
and then so like also they have support for technical support. You just you can use these options right here. So you can send a private email to freedom@devuan.org, which I think it's kind of odd that they did the .org like that, but you know what I'm saying. I think if you click these options, it should take you to the IRC places, mailing lists where you can mail, Galaxy forum. Oh, that's nice. They actually have a forum. So you can go out there and you can
learn a little bit more.
Well, you know, you could read through through
people have trouble with.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can, or you can post a request on there and somebody can answer it.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always like to send people to forums, just because it's nice. You have a lot of people there with more eyes that are more dedicated.
Exactly what they're dealing with.
That, yeah, exactly, to that particular distro.
Experts.
Right. So, I mean, they're apparently, I've never heard of this. This is, like I said, I read it on one of the communities that I belong to. Somebody posted it, and I thought, wow, that's pretty interesting, you know. I've never used a system without system.d in it. And you know, they said, it boots and, apps and programs load faster and everything in it. So I loaded it, spun it up to make sure that it booted into it, but that was it.
Gotta have the D.
Yeah, and so we tried it, man. Now, what I always tell people too is a lot of these developers, well, not a lot, most of these developers, Conical, I think, is being one of the only exceptions because they're backed by a corporation, so their developers tend to get paid. But a lot of these do this for free. And that's why you see this button up here on the right where it says donate now.
Right. I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, if you can go drop a couple bucks, $1 here, $2, $3.
One you find that you love or something,
anything. Support them.
Yeah.
Please. Support them.
Guys working in their mom's garages and
well, or they could be working out of their offices after hours.
Yeah,
because they're doing IT during the day or something.
For the love of the nerds.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that can be done. So, anyhow, so we're just going to go ahead and get right into the overview. Now that I've taken you to the web page and kind of showed you how to get to it. Now, looking at it,
let's go.
It uses the web browser by default installed is going to be Firefox. And so I think we go to Help, and we go to About Firefox. It comes with, this is an older version, 78.140 serve. Or maybe it's a remix. I think it's a remix of one. Yeah, I think that's the remix one. Because it's not the Mozilla. It would be by Mozilla. And so, yeah, I think they're into like 90 or 100, 98 or 100 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Where they're at. I don't use Firefox. I use Brave predominantly because I'm more security minded. And, I've never really liked Firefox. But at any instance, this is an older version of Firefox. So let's go ahead and close out of that.
I was there when Firefox was started.
Yeah, really? Nice. So, as you can see...
I remember.
As you can see, this is the desktop you're greeted with when you come in right out of the gate. Up in the upper left-hand corner, you've got your applications drop-down menu. Kind of like the old... This is XFCE desktop. Okay, so it's a very minimal desktop. It's got your usual suspects. You got for run a program.
Really easy to navigate, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Terminal emulator. It's all categorized. Menus are categorized. File manager. These are kind of like your stickies or favorites, right? Your web browser, which is your Firefox. And here in settings, you have all these. You got your usual settings manager, your accessibility, additional drivers if you got to do any proprietary drivers. So you should have an NVIDIA graphics card or whatever. Appearance, which is like your appearance settings manager for KDE or GNOME, where you could change, desktop themes and that kind of stuff. Icons, I'm going to click on it, so you can change your style. You got to download them from you can go to like gnomelook.org or whatever, any GTK type.
GitHub or
GitHub, yeah, you can download themes there as well for your global themes and stuff like that. But there's
that's the other one I know.
there's tons of places you can go to.
Okay.
You can do your icons. You can set your fonts and any other miscellaneous settings that are in here, scaling and stuff like that. So anyhow, you have your A-Rander, which is very very nice. This is the one where you some people don't know how to do the X-Rander, which is set your screen resolution in through terminal command line. So you can just open the A-Rander, and then what you do is you go to Outputs, Virtual, Resolution, and you select your resolution, and it changes it to where it needs to be. So that's how you how you can get to there. So and you got pretty much all kinds of other settings in here, like your XFCE terminal settings, workspaces settings. You can adjust everything. Windows Manager settings. And accessories, you got our usual suspects. This did not come. Nitrogen did not come. That is one thing I did download because I wanted to find out, because it uses the Debian or the Debian repositories, right? So I wanted to see if you could install like i3, Windows Tiling Manager, or KDE if you wanted to, or any other. And yes, you can. I installed i3, but in order to draw the wallpaper in i3, you have to use Nitrogen, so that's why that's installed. So you got your screenshot, which is you're taking like a screenshot tool. Sensor View, Vim, which is an editor. Thunar is your file manager. It's got your usual.
What's Vim? I have that on mine.
So Vim.
It's like a video editor.
No. Vim is a actual text editor. It is a command line text editor. And when you first, it's actually VI improved is what it is. It's an old text editor called VI that they have revamped and brought back and improved it, and that's where the IM comes from for Vim. So anyhow, once you, like I did right here, once you go into it, you can actually take tutorials and it'll teach you how to use it. It's a lot of people have a debate which one's better, Vim or Nano. And the truth of the fact is I prefer Vim. You use keyboard shortcuts to navigate around with it. You to insert or to do your editing, that kind of stuff.
It's a lot more accessible.
Well,
easier, smoother, easier to use.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another video that we're going to do a little bit later on, and a little bit on how to kind of get used to Vim. Do some things with Vim. So,
all right.
As far as development goes, you get Icon Browser, which Yay. It comes with LibreOffice installed apparently. The internet, we talked about, you've got the Firefox. For multimedia, we have, Falso, I haven't seen that forever, MPV player, Parole Media Player, Pulse Audio, so it comes with Pulse Audio already installed. XF Burn, which is a tool for burning your CDs, for creating.
So this is like a video and music setup kind of.
No, this is a standard. No, this is a standard.
Seems regular. Like most of the programs are.
No, it covers everything.
Okay.
It's a standard. It's a standard installation.
Because the Pop one didn't come with stuff like that, you know.
Well, because Pop
just came with like VLC video player.
Yeah, some multimedia, but it's mainly geared. Pop is mainly geared for gaming.
Gaming, yeah.
You know,
right?
This is an actual like. If I had to correlate this to anything, it'd be like Windows XP. You know, it had a little bit of smattering of everything on there.
It's even what it looks like.
Yeah, it does. It looks like an older version, but the bars on the bottom.
On the other side, right? I was going to say that at the beginning. Like,
yeah. But I mean,
didn't want to offend you.
No, it's not. No, actually, it's not an offense. I mean,
yeah, it does. You know, just how smooth everything is.
Well, interesting point to bring up. Now that you brought that up, the reason why the bar is at the top is because in most of your like Apple and your Unix distributions, the to close out of a window, you know, in a floating window, your X, you know, your close and your minimize and all that is actually on the left. Like Garuda and like Endeavor and some of those other Linux distributions, it's actually on the left-hand side. And so the reason why this is up here and all this is right here is because you're not moving your mouse. Even if you're closing a window, it's right there. You're in the same location. So it reduces less on you know, wrist fatigue and also carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel, that's what it is.
Actually, you know,
they care. Huh?
Yeah, they actually, that's why it's there. So under multimedia, we've already went over that. Office, like I said, they have LibreOffice installed out of the box, which is good. I like that. And then what's interesting is this larger and smaller font scripts. I guess that's the only way you can adjust fonts. I haven't delved in. I mean, I imagine if you go into some of the system files and actually edit some of them, you could change the actual icon.
So you can't hold control and roll the mouse?
No, that's zoom in or zoom out. This, if you see the font that's written underneath, like the icons, see where it says
that would make my icons bigger though.
Correct. If you click it, see how much it made it bigger?
Right. And you can keep going?
Yeah, see, I keep going. Look. See, that's the smallest it goes.
Okay.
Larger, 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 larger.
Oh, there you go.
See?
That's what I need.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of
idiot proof.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know how that works. So anyhow, that's in the other. And then in system, of course, you've got all your usual suspects. These are the ones that are like your file manager, the root terminals, the gparted for you know, doing any partitioning to your hard drive or anything like that. Bulk rename. This is the installer right here. When you click this, put my strong and complicated password in. What the heck?
It's also down here at the bottom of the screen too, right?
No.
Is that what that thumbnail is, or?
This is your installer for installing this software. So if we hit continue, we're going to go into the installer. We're going to hit continue again.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Just for this.
See? Yeah. See, now these are options that you can choose to do this. Now, I will tell you, do not mess with anything here. Just let it be the way it is. Click OK. Now it's going to ask me to run gparted.
We're supposed to trust you on that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you run gparted, right? Now when you run gparted, okay, it's going to show my disk right here. This is what I have right here. So it's already done. So we close out of that. We'll click the device we go through. Okay, you highlight, this is the
where you want it to
download. Hit OK. You're going to pick your extension, ext4, which is, you can do ext2, 3, and 4, which are old file systems for Linux. There's a new one actually called BTRFS, but it's not available option in this one. So, but we're going to go ext4, we're going to click OK, and then we're going to go proceed with installation. And now it's going forward. This is the part that I was talking about, where you pick where you're at. So you go to America, right? And then you have to hit,
the Arctic Ocean.
Hit enter, right? Los Angeles. See that? And then here's where you scroll down.
West Coast?
No. This is going to be the USES, because we're on the West Coast, like Los Angeles. We're going to set our time zone to be the -8.
They all say -8.
It was highlighted already.
Oh, US -8.
Yep. See, and it's already highlighted, so you just hit enter. And then you hit tab to go to OK. Hit OK. Now this is where you pick your keyboard. Wow. Generic 101 keyboard. This is the old school installer right here.
Okay.
Hit OK. English is my correct one. The default keyboard layout is what is all right. And then there's no compose key. Do you want Control Alt Backspace to terminate X server? I'm going to say no, because I just want to X out and leave. And then now this is where I'm not going to do it here, because we pretty much will set it up for everything. Okay, but this is where if I hit yes, it's going to want to mount the hard drive, erase it, and actually install the system. But because I already got it installed on doing this video, I don't want to show that.
Right.
So I'm going to hit no, and we're going to back out.
So if you wanted to, you would do yes. If that was
I hit exit now.
Where we were. But we're not there.
Exactly. And I hit exit now. So that's it. And that's basically the installer right there.
That's a lot different than the one I did.
Absolutely. That's what I was trying to tell you.
It already knew my keyboard.
This is actually 1 degree more refined than the original installers when I first started using Linux. We actually had to type all that stuff in command line to actually partition,
for the
set
keyboard
the
and drivers,
primary, everything. Yep, everything. Yep. So if you noticed, we also have a dock on the bottom. It's got pretty much your usual subspecs. This is like minimize all windows and just bring you back to desktop. This is to open your terminal. This is your file manager. Okay. Which is Thunar, as stated before. And it is 4.16, so it's kind of a newer release. And then you've got your web browser, which it's the Firefox ESR, and then App Finder. So this one here is where you can actually, it's kind of nice because,
instead of just clicking applications up there.
Yeah, exactly, and you can go through here and find different apps. It's the same categorized things where you can go through all of this.
Wow.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, it's a little redundant.
Look at that.
You could remove it by right-clicking on it. Right-clicking on it, and remove.
Just like sometimes you lose a file
and
you have to search for it, and it's like,
gone. Now,
why didn't I see that there?
If there's an app, like, we'll go to Vim, right? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click on it. I meant to go to Vim. I believe
There's someone walking into your yard.
You should be able to just drag it down into here and add it.
I just seen a cat lady.
Why did it do that? What? Bro, bright, shiny objects, man. I should be able to drop it in here.
Into what? Huh? Into there?
Oh, no, I don't know why he's doing that.
Rest in peace, Internet Explorer.
Oh, add new item. Right click.
I love you.
Right click, and then you can just go down and find whatever it is that you want. And add it. Like, say we'll add, let's add a clock. What the heck? Hit add. And see, it added the clock right to it. See that? Close it, and there it is.
Wow.
If you want to remove it, just remove it. Remove. There you go. So, anyhow, that's how you can play with the panel. I mean, you
can get rid of the one on top then, and
yeah, you can do all that. Yep.
Totally customize this one, huh?
You want.
Wow.
There's your volume indicators. This right here is where you can actually log out. It's your to log out, just like kind of like Windows XP, only on the top. This is your home folder. This will take you to shortcuts to wherever you want. Like if you want to go to pictures, you can go to pictures, and you can open up in folder, whatever you want to do. It's got a trash can on the desktop. It comes with all these.
You plug in a USB. That's where you'd find it.
Pretty much, yeah. It should auto mount right to the
there.
desktop. Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, this is a Devuan. It's a system.d free GNU Linux operating system. I actually like it. I am probably going to do what's called a dual boot system, where I put it on a partition of my actual hardware, and I'm going to actually test drive it for a while, and see how it works. I'm going to install the i3 tiling manager on it and see if I can set it up just the way it is, and get it running. I'll probably do a video on that too. What do you think? I mean, you only know Pop.
It's too complicated for me at this point,
This is too complicated for you?
Just the way you installed it, it was like, oh yeah, that would have taken me like 2 days to get through all that, and like to pick all the different at the very beginning.
Or if you want to,
I'd have to watch a video.
So I'm actually
maybe
going
this
to
video.
I'm gonna do a video where we actually install it. I'm gonna do the entire walkthrough from beginning to end. And so, in doing that, what I want to do is when that happens, it'll be following this one. I'll invite you to be here as well, and we'll go through the walkthrough completely bone dry. In fact, I'll be hands off. You'll be hands on.
Okay, deal.
And
right now, I like Pop. I'm
not asking you to switch.
I'm totally comfortable with Pop. There's a couple things I can't figure out in it, but yeah, it's. Yeah.
But I want people to to see that that you don't need to be afraid of this kind of stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll always have this.
You shouldn't be afraid
tutorial
of it.
video to come back on to watch. Mm-hmm. So, at any instance, man, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you enjoy.
Thanks for watching.
This overview, of Devuan, GNU Linux, Chimera 4.0, and I invite you guys to please like and subscribe to the channel. We got many more videos coming. This is just the beginning. Like I said, Shaun's going to be part of the channel for a long time coming. So
hey, and leave us a comment if you have anything you want us to cover, anything we didn't cover. You got a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead and shoot us an email or shoot us in the comments.
Absolutely. Once again, please like and subscribe and share in any communities that you guys belong to. All right. Thanks. Have a good day.